I'm Martin Hitch. I'm an instructor of architecture at Arizona State, and I run a design practice called IV, based here in Tempe.
What key life experiences have formed who you are today?
Key experiences of my professional career was this design build festival that is hosted, or at least used to be. It's not been running anymore, but this design build festival in Budapest, Hungary, called Hellowood.
Okay.
Which my brother had attended one year as a student, and kind of came back and was like, I think we could do it. Like, we could just lead one of those things. We put together this proposal and ultimately won this competition and had it accepted and went out and led this design build workshop.
Wow.
Really great experience, and a lot of our work has kind of stemmed from that as well. We tend to work a lot in this kind of like public art, large scale, like sculptural installation lane, and largely because of the experiences there. And also, more than anything, I think we like saw models of practices there that I didn't really know existed.
All right, how did you become passionate and involved in your city?
I mean, I think that the only way to really become passionate and involved about a city is to like spend time there and to spend time with the people there.
What are your core values and how are they reflected in your work?
I really do think I have a passion for creative practices. You know, it's like, it's really the thing that I love the most about people and the way I relate to people, I think. And like, it's really, really rewarding to get to work with a student body and individuals to like help nurture that kind of creativity and help find it. And it's like, I found so much joy in that, you know, and like, I don't know, loved being able to kind of like see people find their own kind of creative practices and find their own kind of entrance to this thing that I've been really passionate for a really long time. So,
why is our city a great city?
I mean, I think I have an easier time speaking to Oakland in that context because it's a place that I've been able to spend a lot more time. I think that like the values of the city are very community driven. You know, it's like I knew every person in the neighborhood that I lived in for the whole time I was there. It's like it somehow has avoided the kind of like transient culture of some of these other major cities, especially like San Francisco.
What causes, projects, and activities are you involved in, and why?
Participating in the rewriting and reworking of kind of some of the kind of core curriculum at the undergraduate level, and kind of the development of these kind of like design build projects within the context of the undergraduate school, which has been really, really fun and really rewarding. And I feel like we're in the middle of a kind of series of projects with a city in Iowa, just north of Des Moines, called Bondurant. We're developing this kind of like kind of proposal and development of this art trail out there. So that's been sort of like a professional project I've been working on a lot.
All right. How do you collaborate with other groups and individuals to realize your impactful work?
You know, these kind of like series of projects in Bondurant have been a real exercise in that, because we are working within a community that we're not a part of, and a lot of like even what we were doing out there this summer, where we were kind of like building the first in this series of 5 projects we're working on out there. But a lot of the time was spent like in conversation with the people who commissioned us, in conversation with arts organizations out there that were helping write grants to fund these projects. It's like, I think that there's something really great about those kind of like creative communities in those places too.
What other creators who are focused on similar causes, projects, and activities have influenced you?
Creative inspiration, like one thing that as another kind of like moment that unlocked a kind of series of thinking was Junya Ishigami, who's like a kind of like modernist Japanese architect. Did this exhibition called Freeing Architecture in Paris that I saw in 2016, and that was like another moment that like unlocked possibilities within the field.
What would you recommend I do to become a future creator of our great city?
I mean, honestly, just make stuff. That's like my biggest advice, is just like find a creative practice that you're passionate about, whether it's like painting or sketching or more kind of traditional architectural practices, you know what I mean? It's like, or something totally different, you know, like maybe it's writing about music, you know what I mean? It's like, I kind of really see all of these things as like really related.
Right.
And I think that kind of one creative practice informs another.